Welcome to Talk, Totally Accepting Life Skill. I'm your host, Tashika. On this program, we share the journey of a multiplicity of persons from all sectors, strata, race, and profession. Today, we have with us Carmelita Olson, Nurse Olson. Carmelita is a mother. She is a registered nurse. She is the matron of a particular facility here in Portland. She's not just a friend. She's a, is it big sister or little sister?
Big sister.
Big sister. Nurse Minasa Owl. All right. So there's a lot of history behind our relationship. She's a sister I don't have a sister, but in Carmelita, I found a sister, and it's good to have you here.
Yes.
It's a little weird interviewing you because your journey, I know the journey, the
Yes.
stories. So it is coming from me on this platform, but I welcome you.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to ask this question. I know the answer to it, and I know some of my crew will, and Mr. Chambers is not here. So you will not be jumping up and down, but I know like Shavar and the others will be all over the place when I say that you are Portland and you went to Teachfield High School.
Of course. The greatest.
The greatest. I did not expect to hear anything less. So you went to Teachfield High School.
Yes.
Where in Portland are you from?
Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury, that's a country nurse.
Yes. Official country girl, West.
What was it like growing up in Shrewsbury though?
It was a mixture of good and bad. As you know, every situation or every environment has its variations. But it was a pleasant experience, even though we had a lot of variations, because I have a very firm father. Yes. And I had that guidance. So even though things have been up and down in the community,
Yes.
it has never shaken us as a family. We were always firm.
Yes. But the Shrewsbury is a little out of Port Antonio, not a little out of Port Antonio, enough out of Port Antonio.
Yes.
The journey from Shrewsbury to go to school in Port Antonio, Teachfield, getting up so early in the morning, what was that like?
It wasn't really a bother. My father always has a vehicle.
Okay.
So whenever the bus couldn't take us, he would take us to Hope Bay, and then from Hope Bay we would get to where we are heading to.
Okay. You have sisters.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any brother.
I have one brother.
You have a brother?
Yes.
Is
A
it?
very overprotective brother.
Okay. You have two sisters or three sisters?
Three sisters.
Three sisters. You are the baby.
Yes. The big baby.
The wash belly.
Yes.
But then you have two babies of your own.
Yes.
Two sweet girls.
Yes.
I know you have, has it been about a year or so that you lost one of your babies?
Yes. December coming will be 2 years since I lost the first child.
The first child. How old was she?
When she passed away, she was 9.
9 years old.
Just turned 9.
Okay. Was she sick?
Yes. She had sickle cell disease.
Sickle cell.
Her type was SC. She got the C from me and the S from her father.
From her father. What is sickle cell disease though?
Well, sickle cell disease is a blood disorder. So basically, you have issues with the hemoglobin. That's what we call the iron part of the blood. So from time to time, the blood count will fall so low to the point the person has shortness of breath, weakness, pain, and all of that.
Tell me about your daughter.
Kamara.
Kamara.
All right, her name is Kamara. I wouldn't even say she has passed. She just moved on from this physical state, and she's now living in another state where she is more available to me, I guess. She was not just a child, but she was my motivator. You know her personally. From time to time when I felt down, and when I was going through my separation and the divorce and all of that, health issues and everything, as a child, she was always there comforting me. She was never ever an ordinary child.
I call her a little mommy.
Yes.
A little big mommy.
Yes, yes. And she was very, as I said, overprotective. She was not ordinary. So from the first time she actually prayed, which was about when she was 3 years old, I realized this child was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was different.
I would hear though, I would hear her pray and you'd send me voice notes of her doing her inspiring,
Yes,
sharing inspiring affirmations with you, and I'm like, nurse, who is this? And he was like, come here. I'm like, no, she was beyond her years. She was, she, she was a child, but then she was so
mature.
She was so mature.
Kamara would do what we call positive affirmations. Yes, we had 4 words we used to describe ourselves. I'm blessed, I'm beautiful, I'm special, I'm loved. So she heard me say it one time, and from the one time she heard me say it, Kamara literally just run with it. So before we went to sleep every night, she would say the positive affirmations. And Micah was never interested in any of that. Micah just sitting down and enjoying everything. But Kamara would say the positive affirmations, and that was what really kept me going as a single mother. Kept me going.
On the ride to school as well.
Everything right through. Right through.
How was she? What was she like in school?
Well, she was an A student, so I try not to say was, I say is. She is an A student. She has always been a bookworm, so you would find Kamara sitting down, either she drawing or she reading a book or writing something. And for that reason, I think maybe that's the reason why she actually hid her journal. And it wasn't until after a month after she passed away, I found a journal with about 12 stuff she was writing down, like good stuff.
Yes.
So I know she had something different, as I said.
So you're in the process of doing her book based on the notes that you found in her journal.
Yes.
I
a
can't
kids
wait.
book.
Yes.
Yeah, she wrote her own kids book.
Wow. Wow.
Bloom Care Center offers residential and non-residential geriatric and recuperative care. We're focused on improving and maintaining the health and wellness of our clients. Registered with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we're located at 130 Moonlight Bay, St. Margaret's Bay, Portland, Jamaica, West Indies. Our settings are salubrious with well-trained staff and attention to details. Contact us at 876-913-3247 and 876-368-1493. Email us at bloomcarecenter@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Let us help you care for those you care for.
Welcome back to Talk. I'm sitting here with my friend, my sister, Nurse Carmelita Olsen. All right, Nurse. So your daughter fell sick. What happened? The night or the day leading to her
The
death?
illness? All right. She started having nosebleeds when she was attending Bowenbrook Primary.
Bowenbrook Primary.
And that was on and off. But then when we moved to Kingston, we moved to actually Stony Hill. And that's kind of cold place.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of cold. But I was managing myself, trying to manage, because as you know, single mom,
Yes.
it's not an easy journey. People talk it and I don't understand it. But I was there trying to juggle everything. But I remember about the 7th of December, because my birthday, me and my other daughter's birthday is the 12th, and Kamar's birthday is the 7th.
Yes.
And she fell ill around the 7th, her birthday. And I remember her getting a phone call on her birthday, and based on how she was talking, she got so sad.
Who?
She was talking to somebody on the phone. Because
Your
she got
daughter?
a birthday, yes, she got a birthday call. And after that phone call, it's like she was just crying so much, and I didn't understand why. But she was telling me she miss her father and all these things and all of that. During that time, though, I had an accident, so I wasn't driving. Yes, the accident happened a month before, so my car was at the garage on Marion Road, and I had to be shuttling with one of my niece and her spouse. So it was a little bit of an inconvenience to us because we are more used to being by ourselves.
Yes.
So I believe, based on how she was internalizing or interpreting everything that was happening, she maybe was at a place where she was just really sad. She still went to school, she still did her exams because it was close to exam time. But a day before the 11th, that was around the 10th, she got weak, like really weak. And I was saying to her, all right, I live in Kingston now, I don't really have the funds like one time. And I was trying to get some funds, seriously, to get her special treatment. Anyway, she never made it. Like, we got home the day before my birthday, on the 11th of December. As we reached home, so, and I put the key in the padlock to pull the gate when we reached in. She just turned to me and said, Mommy, I can't go any further. And I said, what do you mean I can't go any further? I said, come here, stop talk foolishness. Because truth is, persons who know me, really know me, they know I will cry now. But you see, when it comes on to moments when I need to be strong, you're not going to get a tear out of me. You're not going to get it so easy. So when she said those words, truthfully, being a firm person, I broke down. I literally started crying right there. I lost myself.
She was feeling sick throughout the day?
Yes, throughout the day. About 2 days before.
And you took her to work with you?
Because she had to be by my side. As I said, when right through my journey as a nurse, I left the hospital initially because I found out about her diagnosis. I decided 9 to 5. If it's not a 9 to 5 job, I cannot do shift work with a sick child. And then after that, I had this separation. So it was just me alone, and then the smaller one had asthma. So it was just a problem. It's like from one problem to the other. So sometimes you just find yourself in this rumble, and you just feel like there's no way out. And I literally call on God. That night when she fainted, I said, God, what is here make happen to me? Like, I started talking straight out. I said, what is here make happen to me? I can't take no more of this. This is it. I said, I'm tired. I'm tired. I want somebody. And I was just venting out. And when I eventually got in touch with my niece's spouse, because as I said, I didn't have a vehicle, so when she fainted, he already dropped us off and left. So I had no way to get her to anywhere. So I had to rely on him. Yes. So when he got there about 10 minutes or 15 minutes later, at that time I was trying to give her the smelling salts to inhale just to revive her because she literally fainted. That was when he came. I had to leave Micah with the landlady. And that's something I don't do. If you know me well, I do not leave my child outside of family or very close friends. And I had to leave Micah quickly to take Kamara to Bustamante Hospital. And that was where I was in that room, a little passage.
What was the journey like, though, nurse? From home when she fainted, what was the journey like going to the hospital with her? She's in your arms, I can imagine.
Yes, right in my arms, yes, because we were at the back of his vehicle. He was panicking, but firm at the same time, because he does first aid, so he knows how to be calm, even though he's panicking. And he got us to the hospital in probably less than 10 minutes. At that time, she fainted, as I said, but she was still alive.
Was she talking? Did she say anything?
She was just moaning, groaning. Every now and then she would revive. She would look up at me and smile. I don't know why this child. She always have a smile. I always tell her something wrong with her, Kamara, because me not say nothing to laugh about sometimes. So I am always a firm.
Yeah.
But she just finds something to make you feel soft, But when we got to Bustamante, I remember them telling me I cannot come in the room. At that time, I ball out, nurse. You know me no ball, But I was bawling. I wasn't crying. Me a bawl. Me mean bawl to the point where I didn't have any voice left. Because I realized she left out of my arms now, gone in a daycare, I mean, I said, but Jesus Christ, you don't know.
And you
Honestly,
you
I
couldn't
was
go in
telling
the room
myself,
with
no,
her.
I couldn't do anything. But I had to just leave them to do their thing while I was sitting and waiting. You see, right there, honestly, I just knew that, all right, this is it.
Why did you feel that way though?
Because
That wouldn't be the first time she felt she got sick.
Yeah, but she was never a child who was ever hospitalized. She has never been hospitalized in her entire sickle cell journey. She went right through. You understand? We just took her like private doctor every now and then. One time we took her to the sickle cell unit, but they had prescribed some stuff one time and gave her. And considering she had a bad liver, I never liked them whole heap of medication, honestly. Like they're treating a fungus in her head and they give her like 7 different stuff. I mean, I said, no, I am a nurse. When you come on to liver, the liver detox, so you can bombard it. So I honestly was always thinking of buying myself time with her. So when
That's how you looked at it?
nurse me rough, you know. Nurse. I was raised rough, you know. My father firmed me up for a long time, you know. So really the only persons who see me at my weakest, immediate friends and family. You understand? And you saw me at that point. And you knew that state. So it's not an easy place to transition, especially understanding. You do psychology. Understanding how bitter and wicked people can be. You have to learn how to firm up yourself. You have to gather yourself.
This oh my.
You have to gather yourself.
Oh my. This is, I mean, when I tell you you're my sister, because I don't cry either.
Yes.
But when it comes on to you, just like Kamara, I am myself always so protective.
Yes. Overprotective.
Overprotective. So, I mean, when you're not well or when you're hurting, I am hurting as well.
Yes.
So, the entire losing Kamara was hard. I can imagine. I mean, I have been there with you,
Yes.
but I just sit and watch. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to. I just sit and watch and allow you when you are ready to release. All right. So when she was in the room, what happened? You were sitting outside
On
waiting.
the floor. And you know I'm
On
skeptic.
the floor.
On the floor. I don't sit on the floor.
Nurse, you're a germ freak.
All right. I grung me up and sit
You're
down.
a germ freak.
Yeah, man. I sat on the floor. And I remember clearly when the doctor came out and said what he said. I honestly didn't even listen to him, no. Because I was just, as I said, at a mental space where I understood what was happening. And I knew when they take so long and then come out after a while, you know the news that will come next. Whereas you don't hear your child saying anything in the room, you don't hear any coughing, no nothing. So you know, so that is it. And I was on the floor sitting down and I clearly remember, if I don't remember anything from that experience, I remember this woman beside me saying, yeah man, are people like Uno me like when there's something happen to. Because I had that, yeah man, yeah, yes nurse. I had on my nurse's uniform because I was a school nurse again at that time. When I left the mental hospital, when I was working at the mental hospital, I left there and went back into school nursing. So I actually wore back scrubs and I was sitting on the floor and I heard the woman say that because she knew it was my baby that went in. And she saw when the doctor came out and said what he said. And you see when my niece's spouse came and he saw me on the floor crying, because the truth is, you know, when I heard it, knowing me and who I really am, very caring, and I hear the woman say that the woman don't know me, honest to God, me don't want to take something knock her out. But I was just there in my moment, I don't know if it was reflection or what, but I had to remember Micah is still at the other lady's place, waiting on me. So it's like my mind gone again from nurse to mother mode now, and I said, all right, this is one child here. I can't do nothing about this again. It's done. It's done. Because I went in the room, even though the doctor said she's gone, and I did about 20 minutes of CPR, and I them take her off of me. Take me off her. Say, no, you need to stop. You need to stop. Allow her to travel. One nurse came in and said, allow her to travel. And I said, but this, how would this woman tell if you allow her to travel? Because you're a mother yourself. Would you accept that?
It will be very hard to accept.
Thank you. So I didn't hate the caregivers for saying what they said, but I allowed myself to go through my phases.
Yes.
Whether it be me thinking of not wanting to live again, all of those phases, I embrace everyone and I remember every detail. I remember everybody who treated me bad during that time. Yeah, man, I remember them more than the ones who treat me good. Because you see, Maya Angelou said, in life, I'm going paraphrasing one of her quotes. People might forget what you said, people might forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Yes.
So you see, me, I will never forget how I felt through those phases.
How did it feel, nurse, after CPR? You tried CPR, nothing worked. Kamara wasn't coming back. How did it feel leaving the hospital, knowing that you're not taking home your daughter with you?
All right, you see, from that same moment, in the medical world, you learn about phantom pain. And like when you lose a limb, you have phantom pain. I never knew that I would actually feel baby movements, feeling like I just did C-section, feeling like I just give birth, same time, everything one time, but all of that feeling was down here. And you always hear mothers say when they lose children, they feel it in their belly button and throat. Yeah, man, you feel a kick, you feel everything. Everything started happening. So I actually thought I was going off, like getting crazy. Come here, say, I am not pregnant. I just lost her. I'm heading back to Micah. Why is it that I'm feeling funny feeling? But good thing is I wasn't alone during those phases. I had my niece's spouse with me. So he was literally the person in my ear at the time, firming me up and saying, all right, Karma, you're one of the strongest person I know.
Oh, you are?
I keep on hearing these things, and truly, yes, I know I am strong, but the truth is not just strength.
Yeah.
It's just the understanding. I understand people. So I try not to lose myself too much. And I know who I vent with.
Yes.
I know who I vent to. You understand? So I am very cautious.
When you get back home and Michael, that's your daughter, she asks, Mommy, where's my sister? Where is Kamara?
She never asked.
She didn't ask.
Micah was always a quiet child. She's still very quiet. She actually, I don't know if she understood, our way of understanding, but as a child, in a child's mind, she understood in a child's mind that physically her sister was not present anymore. But she would say to me, Mommy, don't worry yourself, Kamara is right here.
Micah
yeah, man,
would say that.
She said, Kamara is right here, stop worrying yourself, she's right here. And I remember one time I called my doctor, our family doctor, and I spoke to him about it. And he said, yeah, man, that just regular hallucinations will happen in the early phases. But I said, nurse, nobody not tell me, she never did that, I am holding on to that little moment because you have to hold on to something. The Bible says, hope defers makes the heart sick.
Yeah.
So I have to be hopeful.
After going home, the following day was your birthday.
Yes,
Was your birthday, you and Micah's birthday. What was your birthday like? That must have been way different because you would have just lost your daughter just the night before. Yes. What was that day like for you?
A mixture of sad, lost. I'm trying to find the words to describe that day. I felt sad, lost, devastated. I felt dead, even though I was alive, honestly.
Yeah.
I have never been dead, but I felt really dead. I felt as if I would just disappear. There was just this feeling of complete neglect from every source that I have ever called on for, like, spiritual help. I felt lost. I didn't even feel like praying. I was upset with God, honestly. I was upset with God.
Why were you upset with God?
Because when she passed away the night, it's not that I don't understand the whole thing with the disease, but he knew that I needed her. You understand? And just the reality of her going to that other dimension, I was not ready. You understand? Even though I am mentally prepared that it will happen, I will never ever want or wish that on any mother, because you will never ever want to let go. So that was the only reason for me being upset. But after passing through counseling, because I did a whole line of counseling. At one point, one of my one of my former co-workers from when I used to work at Bellevue Hospital, I met this psychiatrist. I won't say her name on camera,
Right.
but she was like the main psychiatrist there. And she traveled all the way from Kingston with her husband just to come see me. And she was saying to me, the way I'm coping, she don't even read this in book. But I was just going through Kamara's journals, trying to edit it while everybody are balling up at Shrewsbury, you know. Every now and then I go on Kamara laptop because she has her own computer, and I would edit her journal, So I tried to divert
Yes.
that bitter energy towards God, because I know He is the ultimate creator and I am a believer in God. Please don't get it wrong. But it's like those immediate phases passing through. You go through so much. You go through the shock and denial, as you know. Kubler-Ross tell you about the stages of
Step
grief. So I went through the stages, but the truth is, I was more stuck at the first and second stage. Yeah, the denial part and the isolation. I was just in denial, felt isolated from everyone, and just listening to the bad experiences and the bad words and the bad stuff people were saying sometimes. And, you know, just trying to not respond in a negative tone and divert that energy into editing her work, pretty much that.
All right. So you came back over the night after she died.
Yeah, the same night.
The same night. You had friends and family. Did you call family? Did you call
Yes,
friends? You had
actually.
friends and family there with you?
I actually called my sister. My sister on the way to Kingston. Carried us over to Portland, same night.
Same night.
Like, no, when it come on to our family and a nurse, it doesn't matter what we might have in terms of immediate issues. You see, when it come on to life and death or real life stories, everybody pull together, everybody do
Yes,
what they have
they're
to
there.
do, because you all need somebody.
So you had the family support
Yes,
and you had
oh,
support
sure.
from friends as
Yes,
well.
yeah, man.
All right. What was the funeral? Well, before even the funeral, identifying her body. What was that like? What was that journey like? Looking at your daughter laying there dead.
All right. That is an experience that will never leave my mind. I remember when I think it's a mortician, when she pulled out that fridge. First, when I stepped in that little room, because it's a big fridge. When I stepped in that room, the morgue, it never felt like how I expected it to feel, because as you know, it's a children's hospital. So somehow, right there and then, it's like you feel like you're there in heaven. I don't know how heaven feel, nurse. I've never been to heaven. But it felt strange, because in those little small containers were other children.
Yes.
So I was saying to the lady, make sure you take care of them angel here, you know.
That's the other children, the other bodies there.
Because I never saw them, but I know they were in there.
Yeah.
And the lady was saying, yeah, man, we have a few. And she pulled out Kamara and asked me to identify. I don't know where that strength came from, nurse, but somehow I feel like Kamara was with me right there. Because my ex-husband, he literally was out of it. He broke down, and my sister, who was actually firm.
They were there with you
Yeah,
identifying
man,
the
both
body.
of them. Both of them broke down. I had to walk in by myself.
Your sister is a nurse as well. At the time,
Yes.
she was a matron as
Yes,
well at a particular hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
But they were overwhelmed with grief, because they were stronger before, you know. And I was the one who was fainting and bawling the whole time. And when it got to the identifying of the body part, I was the one who had to walk in by myself.
Wow.
So yeah, and I just remember touching her face, kissing her lips, and it was just
There in the-
strange,
in the
right
morgue?
there. When I kissed her lips, even though her entire body was stone cold, her lips were soft, and I kissed her lips. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. We're going for a break. Yes. Can we take a break?
Yes.
All right. So we'll be right back, folks.
Care Center offers residential and non-residential geriatric and recuperative care. We're focused on improving and maintaining the health and wellness of our clients. Registered with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we're located at 130 Moonlight Bay, St. Margaret's Bay, Portland, Jamaica, West Indies. Our settings are salubrious with well-trained staff and attention to details. Contact us at 876-913-3247 and 876-368-1493. Email us at bloomcarecenter@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Let us help you care for those you care for.
Welcome back to Talk. I'm here sitting with my friend and sister, Nurse Olson.
Yes.
All right, Nurse. What was the funeral like?
The funeral, honestly, that funeral planning, it's like I was present, but I was not present. Truly. I was like in a daze. As I told you, I felt lost and all of that. That was another moment of me feeling like just lost again, all over again. I would barely eat. I think
Yes.
I never ate for about 3 days. I never slept for about 3 days. So, like,
I remember I wanted to give you DPH so you could just sleep. I wanted to give you DPH so
and I
just
wanted
so
to
that you
drink the
could
whole
get.
of it.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I know. I remember.
Yeah.
But I know you had a closed casket funeral. Why is
Yes.
that?
Nurse, I know the people. I know people in a nurse. I know people. You see, the fear of somebody actually capturing that moment and bringing that moment that I don't
Taking a
want to
photo of
remember.
her in the
Yes.
casket.
I know how people are. I'm seeing we are living in a different time from me and you time. We usually respect the dead, and you go and you view the dead.
Yes.
Now you see pictures circulating on social media, people videoing the body when it going down and all of that. Not everybody wants to remember their loved
Yes.
ones like that.
Right. Right.
Right? I tell myself, that Kamara might not be here in physical presence, but she's here, living and alive. So I don't want any memory of death around me. Yes, I opened the casket, when the body just got to the church. Opened it right in front of the persons from the funeral home, kissed her all over again, touched her face because she had on her hair well fixed up. She had on her Elsa dress that she wanted, and she had on everything. So I made sure that she had on what she wanted. She was buried with her diary because she never left her diary.
Yes.
But I took
Yes,
pictures
when
of
she
the
come
diary.
to Bloom, should always have it under her
right.
arm.
She had
and-
her diary all the time. So I had pictures of the diary. So those small details I paid attention to, as in ensuring that it was really her in that box, ensuring that she had on all what she wanted to have on. And I was just completely satisfied at that point. Then I went again in that phase of just not being totally present, but being present for it. Yeah. I remember also, when during the whole funeral, everybody was a little bit edgy with me because they know me miserable in a nurse. But it's not really miserable. It's just, as I said, I know people.
Yes.
I understand people. And it's not like I'm taking the negative experiences to be bitter. I'm not bitter. But I understand people. And you see, when it comes on to my last child that I have, nurse, I will fight a bear
I know.
if them brush against that last one. So I had to just mentally get firm up and just get myself in mother mode and say, all right, Kamara, yes, she's in the box. But I can't open the box because Micah is right there. You understand? Micah is still a baby in my mind. I can't traumatize the baby like that. You understand? I already sending off one to another dimension. What, should I lose one mentally? No, I can't afford that. So persons might find that I am a weird mother, and the way I went about doing my thing, but guess what, nurse? It's my thing.
Your thing.
And for them thing.
Your thing.
You understand?
I remember you went up and you spoke and you said that, oh, my lawyer is here.
Yeah, man. Oh, God, man. I talk about my life every day. Okay.
All right. It has been over a year. You mentioned also that persons can be cruel. What are some of the outside of that lady saying? at the hospital saying she happy, you know, things like this happen to people like you. What were some of the negative things that people would say?
Nurse, I remember one person telling me straight up, you have to learn how to get over it. And you have to learn how to live with it and get over it.
Somebody actually said
Nurse,
that to
to
you?
my face, while I was grieving. I mean, like a day after she died.
No
the
way.
Birthday. Yeah, man.
Yes, because that was
one.
your birthday.
You
on your
weren't
birthday.
there at my birthday. You took a doll for my doll. I don't forget nothing like that in a nurse. I forget the stupid things. Right, but you see the important details, because sometimes negative is important, you know. You see the
Yes.
negative important details, I will remain remembering those. But when it comes on to important ones like that, what you did, it distracted Micah to a point, because she had that dolly playing up to this moment. I remember this song in the dolly. Nurse, me take out the battery because I couldn't sleep. You know them China dolly. Nurse, I couldn't sleep because I was dreaming of the sounds. You know, but it was just a few, probably 5 outstanding memories that were really negative from persons who were close to me, because they were not strangers,
Yes.
you know. But
And it's persons who are close to you would make those
yeah,
negative
man,
comments.
some to my face, some they say to
And they have
other
the
persons I got
audacity to say it to your face.
Yeah, man. Because they saw that I was nurse. Nobody ever saw me at that point, you know. Nobody has ever seen me so low in spirit, you know. So sometimes people will see you at your lowest point and they say then kick with your foot, you know.
Yes.
So for that reason, as I said, I understand people. I know people. And it's straight up life experience. It's not just the studies. It have nothing to do with studies. Nurse, life is my biggest teacher.
Yes, because
Life.
I know that you're doing some study now at UA.
Yes.
So you're doing some
I had
studies.
to pause though.
Yes.
COVID spoiled up everything, nurse.
Yes. What would you say to parents out there who have a sick child or who has lost a child? What would you say to them?
All right. For the parents who actually have a sick child, do all you can do to keep that child alive. But always remember that you are not the one who was actually giving yourself the privilege and your child the privilege to give yourself breath of life. Breath of life comes from the Most High,
Yes.
right? So understand that. If you have a child who has passed off now, don't tell yourself say that pitney dead. Don't tell yourself say you have a dead child. Don't tell yourself that.
But some people would say, Nurse Olsen, that you're still in denial then if you don't want to think that that child has passed, that child is not coming back, that child is dead.
Yes, the child is physically dead. And I accept all of that because I go to her graveside every now and then because she has been buried on my property, on the family property.
Right.
And on the anniversary, well, on her birthday, when she turned 10 last December, I gave her a facelift for the
Yes.
grave. So she got a nice little picture on the grave and tile off and stuff. She was also buried beside my great-grandparents. No, my grandparents. That's my father's mother and father. So it's not that I am not aware in a nurse that she's dead. I do know that. But if we believe, say we are Christian, because I'm a Christian, I believe in God.
Yes.
And I believe in the afterlife. I would be an hypocrite to say she's gone forever.
Yes.
She's physically gone, but she's not spiritually gone.
Okay.
Spirit still probably resting or flying. I don't know. I've never seen a spirit, so I'm assuming she had a fly around, you know, or resting. But I know she's not in any pain.
Yes, that is it. Because before she passed, she was, as you said,
Man, sickle cell come with
she
terrible
was
pains.
always in pain. That's what you said.
Pains,
Yes. All right, nurse, I want to thank you so much for being here and sharing your journey with us. I see you gone with the afro now and natural.
Yeah, this was her request. So,
Because she always wanted you to wear your natural hair.
And I was always a cream hair person.
Yes, and it looks so nice.
Thank you.
When you sent me the photos the other day, I'm like, because I had to look like 3, 4, 5 times. And I texted you like, no nurse, no wear no more falls here, cream hair.
But the natural hair tough still. So
It's hard to deal with. I can't imagine.
yeah, it's hard to touch, hard to deal with.
I think my hairdresser will forever see me because I can't manage it. I tried it. I tried it once and I said, it's tough. The
Yeah.
comb broke in it. Someone said, no way. I'm going to shop it.
Iron comb.
Nurse, me now go natural, me can't manage it. Anyway, folks, thank you for being here with us. So thank you, Nurse Olsen.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us, your journey. Oh, before we go, Nurse Olsen, you are an author as well. I didn't put that out in my introduction. I don't have the book here with me today, but I will definitely put it on our Facebook, Instagram page.
Yes.
What's the title of the book again, Nurse?
Sculpt Your Character.
Sculpt Your Character. It's a very inspiring book, folks. Please go on Amazon and what other?
It's all over online. Amazon, eBay, Barnes and Noble, xlibris.com.
Sculpt Your Character. It's a beautiful book. I read it twice.
Yes.
Please go and check it out. All right, thanks again for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time on Talk the Journey. May not be the same place, but definitely you will see us again. I want to thank Hotel Timbambu for this beautiful venue. Hotel Timbambu is at 5 Evelyn Park Road here in Port Antonio, Portland. I want to thank Shauna for my beautiful outfit. Hold on, check the back. Oh, can you see the back? Let me turn this side. For my beautiful outfit, Shauna is at right across from the pedestrian crossing in Port Antonio. Their store is S's Fabric and Variety Store. Trust me, if you're going confused, don't know what you want, like myself, I'll go in confused, I don't know how to mix and match, just tell them your style and they will totally put it together for you. You'll walk in confused and you'll walk out happy, very happy. So please check them out. Special thanks to Legal Chambers Attorneys at Law, Bloom Care Center, and my wonderful production team. Thank you. If you have, that's Shavar in the background, folks. If you have a story to share, your journey, and you want to share it with us, please feel free to message us, send us an email. You can also comment on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube page. We're at Talk the Journey podcast, and we're on Cassidy, we're on YouTube. All right, so please like, share, and most of all, folks, subscribe. Go and subscribe. Thank you once more for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk.
Bloom Care Center offers residential and non-residential geriatric and recuperative care. We're focused on improving and maintaining the health and wellness of our clients. Registered with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we're located at 130 Moonlight Bay, St. Margaret's Bay, Portland, Jamaica, West Indies. Our settings are salubrious with well-trained staff and attention to details. Contact us at 876-913-3247 and 876-368-1493. Email us at bloomcarecenter@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Let us help you care for those you care for.